Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're having a great day. So this reading will be all about what are your options. You might already have some kind of question on your mind around your options, or I even feel like this could work basically when you just follow your intuition without having specific options on your mind. So I'm kind of quite excited to see what is in the store for the reading. So I already pulled out some cards to see some advices and also to see around your current energy. So I will do the live shuffling during the reading. This is going to be group number 1, this is going to be group number 2, and this is going to be group number 3. So you can pause the video, you can just meditate for a while, take a couple of deep breaths and hold them at the top for a couple of seconds and exhale them, and you can repeat it several times until you feel centered enough so that you're ready to select your pile. And then when you do that, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, and then I will see you at your reading. Hello group number 1. If you've chosen this pile, then this is going to be your reading. So before I start with your reading, I wanted to share what I was feeling during your meditation. So they are like, all reading is like a general reading, so please only take the messages if they're resonating with you. So I would like to mention that I felt kind of like a stone cold energy. So I saw like a little kid was looking at an old structure, old building or neighborhood from the past. So it just seems like there's like an inner child healing is happening right now, and you might be feeling quite numb when I was just saying this stone cold thing. So I feel like you also like outgrown your environment, and you might be learning lessons currently. You might be realizing the patterns in the past. So this is related with the inner child healing. And so for a couple of you, maybe it's going to resonate that you might be planning to moving to a new city. So I just wanted to mention them at first, but now I will move forward with your reading. And this is going to be your advice message that I will see at the end of the reading. And these cards are representing your current energy. So starting with, we have 3 of Pentacles in reverse. And these cards came together. Father of Wands and the Fool in reverse. Okay, and the Temperance. Yeah, something is out of balance in your life currently. So you might have gone with some kind of like a disagreement in a tangible manner. It can be about work, it can be around the health, or it can be about a separation of a family. If you already have a family, so you might be going for a divorce or like decided to separate from your partner, or that might be also separation of the workplace. So there is some kind of disagreement. I'm also moving a bit further with the word of a separation, because I'm seeing the Fool in reverse in here. With the Father of Wands in reverse. So the Father of Wands is the King of Wands, basically. And when this comes in reverse, it just represents someone who is immature and ego-driven through their actions. So they are a bit arrogant, and they are at a position, they have a tendency to be at a position of a boss at a company, or if you have been working with someone like hand to hand, if you were having like the same kind of power with someone, let's say. So I'm seeing that someone has a tendency to use their power in a deconstructed manner. So you might be choosing to take a step forward, and you are trying to evaluate your actions to not to take any risks in here, because the Fool is all about taking a risk, taking a step into the unknown. But in that case, you're holding yourself back. This is, I'm seeing, is a very logical step to be doing it right now. And with the Temperance card over here, you are basically evaluating the situation in a very logical and centered manner. I'm not seeing you like in a ungrounded or imbalanced way. No, I'm seeing you quite in a balance matter. So this is very nice actually. Also, temperance can be about reconciliation. So you might be trying to calculate a delicate approach to a situation so that you are not going to take any risks while moving forward with that situation. Okay. That is interesting. So I would like to see and get some cards for group number 1 about your options. So I'm planning to get 3 different cards from the Moonology deck for 3 different options for you. Like what could be your options? So anything that the spirit wants to bring into your attention at that moment. So what's the first option for group number 1? What's the first option for group number 1, spirit, that you want to bring into their attention now? What's the first option? You and your loved ones are safe, and this is a new moon in Cancer. Okay. What's the second option for group number 1? What's the second option for group number 1, spirit, that you want to bring into their attention? Okay. Nothing will come up from the situation. What's the third option that you want to bring into the group number 1's attention? What's the third option? Okay. Bring love into the situation, new moon and Aquarius. And also, I guess this time I want you to come out to take time out together with the new moon and Aquarius. So the first scenario, you and your loved ones are safe with the new moon and Cancer. This is that delicate approach that I was feeling. It's also kind of okay. This is a delicate, but in a sense that traditional kind of an approach that I'm feeling. So there is one situation that maybe one option that maybe you might try to put yourself into the other person's shoes. So trying to be more empathic about what they have been going through to understand their reaction. Although this does not make their actions acceptable, still this is in a very this is in a sense of trying to really understand what could have been going on under the surface, rather than not focusing on what has happened and dwelling into the toxicity around it. Because like whenever we go through something unpleasant, it's so easy to try to blame on the other person. Still, it does not make their actions like acceptable, but we might have a tendency, it is like trying to find a shortcut to it's easier to see yourself right when you put the blame on the other one. So this is just like opposite of it, like trying to understand everyone's perspective in this situation, basically. I actually wanted to see a bit more with the new moon and Cancer. Okay, it's about a new start coming in the private life. Something is rising up in a connection with the people and places. So it can be to do with a member of a family or a flatmate moving a house. You're hoping to move forwards with something special in your private life. If you have been neglecting your family, it's time to connect with them. Or if you're neglecting yourself, take a better care of yourself. And okay, some additional messages like let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for you. Meditation might help you, and also spending time near water. Okay, and it's time to review your goals also. Okay, this also feels me like it can be like a change of a perspective. mostly related with this Three of Pentacles in reverse over here. So it's all about the tangible things. So the flatmate, the family, the work, like whatever is your question right now. It's like taking a new approach to this situation with the new moon, especially because the new moons are all about new beginnings. And Cancer is a water sign. It's quite an emotional sign. That's why I was just mostly feeling making an empathy and like putting yourselves into the other person's shoes in here in that sense. Okay. The other option for you is that nothing will come of this situation. I'll get more clarification on these options also, but I will not first move forward with the other options. The other option is you don't change anything, basically. You go as it is and you will just hope that something might change. If something might change, we don't know, because like this white course of moon and the astrology, it's a phase of a moon that you don't know what's happening. So it's like a mystery, actually. So there are two messages. Either something is really not going to change, or the other message is that something is happening behind the scenes that you don't know. So in any case, it's just like trusting the situation in a blind sense, let's say, not taking any action and staying in your safe zone. The third option I'm seeing is bring love into the situation with the new moon in Aquarius and take a time out. So you might give a quite untraditional option to the other party or to your situation, and leave them to think further and not put any pressure on them. Because I feel like this is a very peaceful approach. It's just like this Temperance card over here. It's quite funny, like how all these cards are just put under each other, and like the Three of Pentacles so much resonating in here with the new moon and Cancer, with some cooperation or like trying to make an empathy around the work situation maybe. And the Fool in reverse with the Father of Wands with nothing will come out. It just says that you want to stay in where you are and not want to take a risk. And with the Temperance over here, you just want to bring out a new approach to balance things out and also give the other person a time to think. And the Temperance card, it is like a balance of two opposite elements of a fire and water. So you can see also the opposite colors of these cards. So that's quite nice, actually. So the third option is that you can let that person know that you only want peace and you only want things to unfold naturally, and you can come up with quite something from your heart place, and like you genuinely mean that, basically, to just solve the situation. You might even offer to leave out the situation and maybe make an agreement, make a new contract, etc. with that person, and give them a time to also think. I keep saying the other person because I really feel other people's energy also in this reading surrounding to your question and situation. But just take it as a resonance. So this might be also meaning that, basically, that might be also meaning that only about you. So trying a new approach with your thoughts, not specifically with a certain certain person, or not doing any changes in yourself, or trying to understand yourself better, like this inner child healing in this card. Sorry. I hope it was clear. So I would like to see more clarification actually around first option of yours, like making an empathy. So, and maybe like inner child healing, like putting yourself to the other person's shoes. It might be, your roommate, your family, your mom. especially with the new moon in Cancer when it's on the play. So I would like to see any clarification that Spirit wants to give about this new moon in Cancer option. Okay, the Son of Pentacles in reverse. So if you wanted to choose to be more understanding towards the situation, either to yourself or either to someone else, because there's a deep inner healing needs with this first option. It's going to be a very slow process, and that might not be the time frame that is on your mind or you will like, because the Son of Pentacles, which is a Knight of Pentacles, is already a very slow moving energy. The fact that it's in reverse showing me that might be quite boring and like so with a stagnant energy for you. You might find yourself questioning your options when you wanted to move forward with this option of yours. And the Father of Swords in reverse, and upright, I'm sorry. So this is the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. If you're dealing with someone with the Three of Pentacles around the disagreement, I am seeing that the person that you're trying to, you might want to try approach in an empathic way, might not be receiving your energy quite much, because I'm seeing that person's quite logical. So the fact that you want to give some time to them or trying to really understand their situation, what they have been going through, might not be end up in a way that you would want it to be. I'd like to get one more card for clarification for the Son of Pentacles in reverse. Like, the approach itself is beautiful, to be honest, but if you're dealing with someone else, like, it's all about, the two people at play, so it might not just be the best option with this person. Yeah, the Hermit also. So this person I'm seeing, if you're dealing with someone, this is kind of awakening something within you and pushing you to take a time out for yourself, go into this hermit mode. I'm really also seeing this inner child healing kind of an energy, like going deep within and trying to understand why this person is awakening this kind of like an energy within you. That's why you might want to take some time out from the world and everything that's happening around you. Pull yourself out from your, like, a social circle for a little while. Yeah, there might be something triggering coming into the situation. So I would like to see more clarification for the second option, like if you do not change anything basically and wait for things to, unfold by themselves, if it's meant to be. So any clarification for the second situation, my guys? With the Warrior of Course Moon. So what clarification do you want to give to group number 1? Wow, okay. Tower moment. It was just like a very, very clear message saying that, nope, an action needs to be taken. If you don't take the action, we are going to take the action for you. So there is no such kind of an option of like staying in the same kind of an energy for you. And the Mother of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm seeing that putting some boundaries and pulling your energy back from any kind of situation that's not serving you, and not giving to others so much is what you're needing it. Because in this situation, what I'm seeing is that you might be quite the one who's a giver. And the other person is got so much used to the course of the things that if you don't take an action, things are going to go as they are and they're going to keep draining your energy. That's why the divine intervention is most likely to happen if you're not willing to take any action, because divine is going to take an action. So, can I get one more clarification for the Tower, please? Okay, Three of Wands and the Father of Swords in reverse came. So yeah, I'm kind of seeing with the Father of Wands in reverse and the Father of Swords in reverse, the King of Wands and the Swords in the reverse. It's quite an authority figure, but they are so harsh with their words. They are the authority figure. They're authority figure, and they are ego driven. Unfortunately, so there's gonna be, if you don't take an option, you're gonna feel yourself kind of trapped. Like you have a beautiful rainbow, like a light basically shining in over here, but for the first time I'm interpreting this Three of Wands as this kind of like a trap, because usually it means like trying to envision a beautiful future for yourself. But if you don't choose to take an action, there will be something happening for you, and this might quite come as a sudden thing, just like the lightnings over here, or just like the sword over here. If you don't do something, the actions of the other people involved in the situation might get even harsher. So that you might kind of find yourself out there trying to see what you could actually do. So I don't feel like a second option is the best option for you. So I'd like to get clarification for the third option. If you try to approach with your authenticity, basically, and bring out something new to the table, and offer kind of a peace, and also let the other person see that you understand them and you understand what is actually going on, and you're willing to understand their perspective, but you also put your food onto the table and telling them that, hey, this is not the things that are gonna keep going. Here is an option. Here's a suggestion. I made the suggestion. I give you time. Just think about it and let me know. So I need clarification for the third option. The Hangman in reverse. Okay, what else? Clarification for the Hangman in reverse, please. This is an energy of having a hard time to let go of something. I'm so much drawn into the red eyes of this bat. Okay. And the Son of Swords in reverse, which is the Knight of Swords in the reverse. You have to be kind of quite sure about yourself if you choose the third option. And this third option might actually kind of out of your comfort zone to do it. Because you have to let go of certain thinking patterns or certain behavioral, I couldn't say it, but hope you got it, patterns from your past. Maybe this is not you. Maybe you were trying to be on the safe side in your comfort zone for most of your life. And what I mean with that is that you were trying to avoid taking decisions for yourself and let the universe or let the other people to take the steer of the wheel. So in that sense, you might have to change this for yourself. But you are kind of guided to not to take any actions in a hasty way. Because the Knight of Swords in reverse, it is very like a fast moving energy without thinking first. So you might kind of find yourself in the rush of the things, in the excitement of the things, when you realize that you could actually take power of your life, and you don't need to wait for any external things to happen. You don't need to give your power away to any external things, but you're kind of guided to not to rush to anything. And also, this is another reminder, is that this situation is going to require for you to leave the sides, because the Son of Swords, I also kind of interpret it as like a Page of Swords. If you have been the one who was quite observing and not taking so much actions, this is also one thing. is resonating with the other messages, that you are kind of guided to take an action, but not in an unbalanced way. And even your peace offering, even like your new approach with the new moon and Aquarius in here, it doesn't mean that since you're just acting from the bottom of your heart and like showing the other person, giving the options, it still doesn't mean that they could fully understand you. So there might be some kind of like a hasty reactions from the other side too. I hope this all makes sense. You might also have quite a lot of options with the Seven of Cups in reverse in here, that you are basically choosing yourself over all the options. You're trying to prioritize yourself with that options. But the only Ace of Cups in here is upright. The other cups are like looking downwards. If that is a connection like from your childhood or something, so you're kind of guided to not to dwell into the past or the happy or the good memories of it, but like see actually the things as they are. I hope that was clear. I hope that was helpful. So I would like to see your advice. It's the Fates. And this is 17 card. That's up to 8. So 8 might be quite significant number for you. And it also represents like infinity symbol. And kind of like a never-ending story also. So kind of like a cycle that you are meant to break free from. I'd like to see the message for the Fates card for you. I really like the messages from the book in here. So it says that the Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in your life you will never have the control over. The conditions, both owned by evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences, may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and the work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. Okay. Yeah, faith, karma, acceptance. There are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. Yeah, it's all about trusting the. It's all about trusting the how the things are happening, especially in case of any kind of unexpected, in case of like unexpected turn of events. This is kind of a message that your spirit guides wants you to keep an open mind of, not like sticking on like why that person acted in this way or why did it happen to me, but like mostly focusing on the fact that how those things kind of made you feel and what learnings that you can like grab from this experience. But yeah, this is all I got for you. Like the message sometimes through the end was a bit scattered, but I hope that it was clear still, and I hope that it was helpful and resonating. Please only take the messages as they were resonating with you. So I wish you an amazing rest of your day and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2. If you're choosing this file, then this is going to be your reading. So before I start with your reading, I would like to mention what I have felt or heard during the meditation of yours. So they are going to be general messages, so please only take the ones that are resonating with you. I just saw a meadow. It was like a very like a sunny day, and it was just like endless, beautiful like a grass, like a beautiful open area, basically. So your energy is so light-hearted compared with the other piles that I was meditating into. Just like put a smile on my face, literally. It was like a beautiful sunny day, and I heard like a wish is coming true. And please take it as it resonates, but if you have a loved one that has passed away, it doesn't have to be recently, but if you know anyone, then they just wanted to let you know that they're so happy and so much in peace. And also, they're sending lots of love to your side. And I also feel like you might be quite free spirit. So if you already resonate with those messages, that might be your reading. But I'll move forward with your current energy. This is going to be advice that I will see at the end of the reading. But let's forward with your current energy. Okay, the Empress in reverse. The Queen of Cups in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles and Ten of Cups in reverse. This is kind of interesting with the things I was channeling and with the messages I'm seeing over here. You're doubting yourself. There's something that is quite making you feel disconnected from your intuition, your emotions. You might be having quite ups and downs with the Queen of Cups in reverse over here, because Queen of Cups in the upright is a very intuitive card, and she is in touch with her emotions, and she's quite powerful by being in her own skin, and she loves to help other people. She just acts from the deep within her heart. I'm seeing that there is some imbalance with this card. You might still be trying to be there for other people, give advices, mostly what I'm feeling and hearing, but you are not at a space who is quite centered. Like, I feel like you might be quite drained, like energetically, that you have to take a time out basically before moving forward with any kind of more giving nature of yours or trying to be there for others. The Empress in reverse, it is the Empress upright is like embodiment of all the queens basically. She's a mother, she's a nurturer, and she manifests everything in her life, and she's a divine feminine. But the fact that that's in reverse is showing me that there is some kind of disconnect with your true self. Like, you might not be feeling quite confident, or I feel like you kind of take a time out, maybe from the things, from your habits. Maybe, I don't know, if you haven't been drinking it quite a while, or if you haven't been partying it for quite a while, etc. Maybe you started to do them recently. So there is some kind of like a different lifestyle of yours happening in a temporary state, if this does make sense. I'm kind of quite guided to check the Empress in the reverse in here. It says that the domestic problems, infertility, problems with parental or romantic relationships. Okay. Yeah, if that resonates with you, there might be any problems also with the romantic relationships, especially with the Queen of Cups in reverse over here. If you're having this like emotional ups and downs, the imbalance, or quite too much in your emotions, like in a way that you could even pity yourself, or like lost in the depth of your emotions. So that might be related with the expectations or problems that you're having. I'm saying expectations because something in your current energy which is not making you feel happy because it wasn't moving forward as you meant it to be. It's just because it doesn't meant to be. That what I'm feeling, it's not the time yet. So you are quite feeling that something is missing in your emotional life. With the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups in reverse over here. In the upright, you can see a beautiful, happy family over here. Maybe you have been trying to manifest for quite a long while that beautiful, happy family for yourself. You might want to create a family for yourself, or maybe you're feeling that you're still young, or it might not be time yet, or if there's any kind of miscarriage, I hope that's not the situation. So, or if you have been having a hard time to have a baby, so you have been kind of quite trying different ways. Just like very general messages that I just wanted to put it out there. So something around those areas were not progressing it as fast as you would like them to, because Knight of Pentacles is a very stable energy, but it's a very slow-moving energy. So the something is not working over here. Like the Knight of Pentacles is still upright, but yeah, whatever you're doing can pay off in the long run, but it's just not moving as fast as you want right now. And I'm not quite seeing that this is going to change in a soon time, because something in your environment, something in your mental state needs to change. Like I'm seeing that in your nature, you're quite a happy person. As I said before, maybe for your spirit, so you do not like to get lost in your emotions, but the external situations might be kind of causing this ups and downs around you. Okay. Okay. So I would like to see your options. I will get like 3 different Moonology cards for you about 3 different options to give you more clarity, hopefully. So what's group number 2's first option? Spirit, their higher self, and their guides. What's group number 2's first option? I got this card also once before shuffling for you. Believe in the impossible, and the end of a tough cycle is approaches, the full moon in Capricorn. You're releasing something that has been accumulated, some kind of expectations, or like how can I put it with the full moon in Capricorn? Like you have been working on something quite diligently, but this is not like overnight kind of an energy. This is quite a very dedicated energy. You might have an earth sign in your chart, like Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, but overall, Capricorn is a very diligent energy and is super determined. So you might be a go-getter. But if you have been putting yourself out there more than you should have been, or trying to be there for other people more than you should have been, it will just taking a toll on yourself. So this end of a tough cycle is coming here for you to release the things that you need to release. So this emotional imbalance might be also caused because of that. So full moons are all about releasing. So you're closing up one chapter. And the first option of you is to believe that even though everything is stagnant right now, because you can see the depiction of this card that it's winter, it's night, it's cold, there is a blue moon in here. It happens only once in a while. It's like so rare to see the blue moon, but it's like so winter time. So it just always tells me that the things are so stagnant, it's not moving. But I'm seeing you in a deep down, you're an optimist. Like you don't like to devolve into the negativity of the things. Maybe you have exposed many negative patterns in your childhood. So while you're growing up, you start realizing some certain things and patterns. So you take your power back into your hands and you start seeing that now actually you can create your own reality. So you're choosing not to be stored away with the things that you don't have control over. Just like choosing not to stay sad over the situations that you don't have control over. So your first option is believing that everything is going to work out, and everything that you have been working so hard until now is actually going to pay off for you, because it will, what I'm saying. And one of your biggest dreams with the Ten of Cups in reverse over here that I'm seeing is having this beautiful, happy family for yourself. If you haven't had a happy childhood, if it was always with the problems, your parents' problems, some domestic problems in the home, etc. So this is gonna come to an end. It's all about like also kind of inner child healing. I didn't like get this one for you. It was a message for the first pile. Sorry, but yeah, that might be also one thing. Like, I feel like you already done a lot of feeling, but it is just like a last thing, like a last down before you see the sunrise again. But this time is for good. Okay, let's see what is the second option for group number 2. What is the second option for group number 2? Their higher self, their guides. Surrender to the divine, and it's a full moon. You have full moons, you're releasing. You're guided to release something. That might be quite an emotional time. And the second option with this card is that not sweeping anything under the carpet, but living your emotions until the very deep, the bottom rock of them. Really surrendering to the divine. In that sense, it means that honoring your emotions fully. With this Queen of Cups over here, you might be quite emotional. And you might be kind of observing that maybe you're finding yourself angry. Maybe you're also finding yourself quite happy after a couple of hours, or the day after you're feeling quite exhausted. And then the day after you might be quite emotional. So it's not so stable how the things are like happening for you right now. But you are guided to dive deep within and basically do is it like introspection? Like really look at what is happening and why it's happening. Like why those emotions are like wanting to arise on the surface of you. Like why this situation made you feel like angry, or why this situation made you feel like you wanted to cry. So they really want you to dig deeper and understand. It's quite like a deep emotional healing that wants to come out for you. Like there's a lot of emotions that you have to release, but also they wanted me to acknowledge all the healing work you have done until now. It was like beautiful. And they also want you to praise yourself more, really praise, like not more than acknowledging your growth, but like praise yourself, like give yourself enough credit, maybe more than you have never done before. You might be quite humble. So this is one thing, really dealing with your emotions and seeing the reason why. I wanted to say one more thing too. Let me see if I can remember. Okay, not coming now. So what is the third option for group number 2? Okay. Adjustments are required. Okay. As it's saying, adjustments are required. So right now, since you're at the transition state, if you're not happy about how like a pace of the things, they're also saying that it's on your hand, that you don't need to give your power away for an external things, but you can take your power back to your hands. But this is going to take also some time. It's not going to be like an overnight or within a week kind of a change. Yeah, your commitment is being tested. There might be still ups and downs in your path when you choose group number, like option number 3 too. But I would like to get more clarification for your first choice. If you choose to believe that what you are manifesting right now is going to come true to your life. And when I said I saw 15:15 on the clock, it just always represents me a change. The 5 is all about change, 1 is all about new beginnings. So a beautiful new beginning is literally coming your way. Like when you keep your faith and when you believe that whatever you have gone through is not in vain. So let's see what's going to happen with this first option for group number 2. What do you want them to know, Spirit, with this first option for group number 2? If they keep believing it, what do you want them to know about their first option? Knight of Wands in reverse. Now I'd like to get one more clarification. There's Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay. And the 7 of Wands in reverse. So they want you to take a time out for yourself, what I'm first feeling, and forgive. Forgive things that has happened in the past. There might be some behavioral, some past patterns might come into the surface, like related with the past relationships that you've gone through. It can be either friendships or family or romantic. So if there were some things that you didn't get a closure to, or like it didn't end up in a way that you wanted to, like we all had those experiences, but the highlighted message here is for you to be really forgive the things and also not to rush to take any actions. The Knight of Wands in reverse, it's a very like a fast moving energy, but it also doesn't think before taking an action. Also, one very specific message is that if you're having some kind of relationship struggles that you're trying to manifest this beautiful, happily ever after in your life, but if you're not quite committing to what you want, and what I mean with that is if you keep like jumping from one relationship to another with this Knight of Wands in reverse, this is one thing that your guides are kind of highlighting, that you need to take time out for yourself. Or when you start something new with someone, then you have to be a bit more committed to it. Not in a sense that this is going to be the life, like a love of your life, but in a sense that even if something ends with that person, still try to sit with your emotions and see what healing or what kind of emotions it wanted to bring up and to surface within you. The 7 of Wands in upright in this deck is an energy that has been gone through lots of challenges, but also you can see the smile on his face kind of, and how confident he looks, because despite of these challenges, he still likes to see those challenges, because he's aware of the fact that he's learning, he's growing with those. But when it's like in the reverse position, I'm seeing that this is a bit more developing into the pessimism side of the things. So they are just telling you that if some things start but they don't work out, like in a romantic relationships, or if there's a fallout of some friendships, please do not think that nothing is ever going to change. Like everything that I have been, all the relationships I have been building up until now is in vain. No, you have learned a lot from them. Just take a time out for yourself and think. You're going to see that what you're manifesting is actually coming into your life. Okay. And 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Like, you might be feeling that all the swords are just pointing at you, basically. But you are this dragonfly. Like, you are basically just like still up in the air, although everything is pointing at you. So, because When we are outgrowing an environment, when we are changing, that's also one of the biggest times that we start to take attention to ourselves, because the people are not able to recognize us if they're not resonating with us. And this is also the time that you start like raising your vibration. And if those people are not meant to be in your life, they're going to start falling out one by one. It's not because it's about you, it is all about them. And like it's basically like someone in that situation kind of outgrown this relationship. And not everyone has to or meant to stay in our lives forever. I wanted to get clarification for the second option. Like when you really choose to develop your emotions and really try to understand what is actually going on, and release all these emotions. If you really wanted to cry, and cry out loud, and don't hold yourself or don't shame yourself because you're experiencing those emotions. Really like embody those emotions. If you choose that option number 2, we got Six of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords. So I'm seeing that this option might require for you to take a look, have a look at your past experiences. I feel like the messages are kind of like a double link, like making a circle around here with the first and the second option, kind of. I feel like all of them are needed. Even like for second option to happen or the first option to happen, the second option needs to meant to happen. Like if you want to like keep believing that it's gonna happen, still I'm feeling that this is super healthy for you to release those emotions. But sorry, with this Queen of Swords upright, it seems like you have to be really brutally honest to yourself about what is actually what. So no sugarcoat, and no blaming yourself, but literally living your emotions from the bottom of your heart and not guilting yourself, as I said before, and actually being brave enough to face with the past. There might be still some unhealed issues in the past for you, because the Six of Swords is a card in the upright. You can see that. Is it the he or the she? I guess that she's taking a trip and she's leaving something behind, basically, and traveling to an unknown or a new environment. But the fact that this is in reverse shows me some kind of resistance. You cannot move forward right now. You don't feel like you can move forward right now because there is some blocks. So this blocks is all about your emotions, your mental state. So something needs to be released, basically, and needs to be faced with for you to move forward. And you have to be honest while you're doing this. Yeah, 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is like a beautiful union. I really deeply feel like this is what you want to manifest into your life. But still some kind of healing meant to happen. And I know that I really do not like hearing this. Like, first the healing needs to happen. Focus on yourself. Heal yourself. I'm feeling that you have been already doing it. But like, it's the last straw. What's happening right now for you. I like to see the third option. Like if you decided to change something about your basically physical environment. So what adjustments you would like to clarify, Spirit, with this option? Okay, 2 of Swords in reverse. And with the 6 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I'll get one more clarification for this 2 of Swords. Yep. And the 5 of Cups in reverse. Basically, what you need to change and in your environment, and what can physically change in your environment, but mostly in your emotional state with this 10 of Cups that I'm seeing, is leaving the sadness behind, leaving this victim mentality behind, and being clear about it. Because like the Two of Swords in the upright is a card that represents that we are kind of disconnected from our emotions, and we are too much in our head. So they're like our emotions and our logic is kind of trying to fight against each other, and you are the stalemate. But the fact that that's in reverse shows me that you are getting over that stage. So the third option for you is to not to dwell into the past sadness, but basically telling yourself that nothing was your fault and not guilting yourself and not dwelling into the past and trying to overthink or create another scenarios on your mind and move forward with it, because you know that you're just in the middle of the way with this. Your commitment is tested. Like when this card comes out, you can see that the moon faces just in the middle, so the things are still in the progress. Nothing is yet set in stone there. So mostly with the third option I'm seeing is that you're just taking the blame out on yourself for anything that hasn't been worked in the past for you. And in order to do that, you have to let go of some kind of like a perspective of yourself. You have to let yourself out from the overthinking pattern. This is really like everything was so interconnected with each other, all of your options. So either believe in something, believe in an impossible, that whatever you have been working out for is gonna pay off for you. The second option is really living your emotions deeply and letting yourself to heal and facing with the truth without sugarcoating. I'm seeing that there's a lot of like a new awareness, new awakening that could happen with this surrendering to the divine card. There might be different patterns that you haven't realized about your past, maybe about like a related with your parents, that they can come up to the surface, and it can be kind of mind-blowing nice experience for you to realize that. And the third option is changing your like circumstances, like literally taking an action and the power in your hands. This can only happen when you choose to not to blame yourself anymore. And I would like to see the last card for you. Chaos and conflict in reverse. Okay. And there's a 33 cards. So 33 might be important for you, or you might be receiving some repetitive messages. But I would like to see from the book. So this says that as a protection message, this is an advantageous moment to restore order and reorganize the opportunity for negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You will discover everything you need to know about how the situation affects you long term. Be present in the cycle of the chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. Okay. So that's all I got for you, group number 2. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was resonating. I really would like to hear from you if that was really resonating with you. So please only take the messages if they were aligning with you and leave the rest. So I wish you an amazing rest of your week and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3. If you're chosen this pile, then this is going to be your reading. So before I start with your reading, I would like to give you some general messages that I was feeling or hearing. So they're going to be general ones, so please take them only if they're resonating. So when I was meditating for a while, I felt kind of like a pressure around my head. You might be quite in a stressful situation. And I also heard like unexpected turn of events for you. Uh, and this is going to be in your favor. If you're feeling like you're kind of trapped in a box, you're going to find yourself out from the situation. And I also heard like a divine intervention, and don't lose the faith. So if you have been resonating with those messages, then this might be your reading, but I will take a deeper look at your current energy. This is going to be your advice message that I will see at the end. And let's take a look at your current energies. The Fool. Okay. Oh, the Three of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, the Justice. And are you the Six of Wands over here? Yeah, and in reverse. Wow. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that there's a new start happening for you, basically. You are taking a leap of faith into the unknown. So you might have been juggling with too many things all at once. But still, you're saying that it doesn't matter. I know that my outside conditions are not there yet. It's not ready yet. Not everything is in a way that I would expect them to be. I would wish them to be, but still, like, I don't know, like, I'm gonna move forward with it. I'm just quite excited and happy, and I'm just starting my new journey. So there is celebration might be happening around your circle. So you might be it also makes me feel like finding a soul tribe kind of an energy for some reason. There's a bit like a diversity in here. So you might be finding yourself maybe meeting up with different people and having new connections. And it's very cheerful kind of an energy for you. And some justice is coming into your life for something that you felt like you haven't been recognized or you haven't been appreciated enough. Because the Six of Wands in reverse, it's an energy for me that always, you achieve a lot and you deserve some recognition and praise. However, people are maybe thinking that, oh yeah, that has been easy. So, when you do something so good, like people think that this is easy to achieve because you've done it so flawlessly. So this is kind of an energy that I'm feeling it. So a justice around this situation is coming, and a justice and a turn of an events for good for you that I'm feeling. Not only around the work situation, the justice might also mean about the contract, some kind of like a legal matter, or around the job, or anything that was not fair until this time of your life. I really feel like this is like a bit longer and a big term energy. Yes, this is a major arcana, so they represents a longer term energies, not like a temporary things, or the energies that can be changing it within a couple of days, but they're bigger term energies, longer term. But I'm even feeling like a more stable energy there. So really like a turn of events for your life. That's beautiful. So I like to get 3 different Moonology cards for you about the 3 different options that you need to know. And also, I guess need to mention that. So I have no idea about how many options that you might be having it. So, for example, for group number 2, all the options were kind of like entangling with each other. So I guess there was a specific guidance there. But just keep that in mind. So you might not be having 3 options, or might be having more than 3 or less than 3. So let's see how is it going to play around. So what's the first option that you want group 3 to know there, guys, and higher self? Okay, conclusions are within reach. So that was this picture, this depiction was the thing that I was feeling for you when I said that if you're feeling you're kind of trapped in a box. So there's turn of events is going to happen for you basically. Um, there is a big release happening in here. I also feel like you need to take a leap of faith with this situation with the first option. You might need to go deep within and do some emotional release to face with your emotions. This is going to create some kind of epiphany for you that I'm feeling, this kind of like an aha moment, the thing that you haven't realized before. Okay, so I want to see your second option with number 3. Okay, I already got a card. Meditate and contemplate the new moon in Pisces. The second option for you that also calls me out for to say, if there's a romantic offer around you or if there's someone trying to flirt with you, so this is one kind of confirmation that if you can just say yes to that. So there might be beautiful new balance relationship starting that for you, and that might be also like some connection that you feel that is so familiar to you. So you might be sharing kind of some past lives around that, and also. The Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so they are quite intuitive. So they're also, like your guys also wants you to trust your intuition with the second option, if you really want to move forward with that second option or not. Because your intuition is speaking so loudly to you. And any kind of meditation could really help you at this moment to really connect with your gifts. And help you to trust your intuition a bit more. Maybe you have to practice a bit more. Try to sit with your emotions and understand your body, basically, what it needs. Quite equal give and take kind of a relationship is also, I'm kind of feeling it with this card over here. And yeah, expect a powerful change. If you kind of say yes to it, I really feel like there will be a powerful change coming, but still it will come with an emotional release. So I was mentioning that Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac because I feel like all the relationships that you have gone through until this time, they have taught you something. So it just prepare you until now. So this new offer coming in your way, I feel like this is going to be different than the others that you have experienced. So maybe you needed to hear this kind of like a confirmation now. So what's the third option for group number 3? You got 2 cards. Okay. You and your loved ones are saved. The new moon in Cancer and the full moon in Taurus. Your dreams needs a practical plan. So we got the new moon in Cancer for the group number 1 too. I was also interpreting this card for them that it is an approach that maybe you wanted to be a bit more gentle with your approach and trying to be a bit more empathic around the situation. But okay. Also, new moon and Virgos at the bottom of the deck. A time to give rather than take. Okay, the third option for you, what I'm feeling is keep doing what you're doing, although you don't see any recognition. Because, like, there's nothing wrong with your approach that I'm feeling, but maybe you have to, it's not show off, but if you're a kind of person that do things and achieve things and like kind of work diligently and accomplish things, but it's not like keeping to yourself, but do not like showing it off. So you accomplish a task and you said that it's done and move forward with the another. So maybe you have to ask a bit more feedback. You have to get this kind of like a confirmation. So whatever you're doing right now, if it's not making you happy, if it's not fulfilling your soul, the third option for you is to kind of change your approach about how you communicate with others, how you want things to be, how you want to see things in your life. So if you want to get a praise in your career, or like a promotion, so you need to go for it and ask for it. But apart from that, you don't need to change anything else. You mean like you don't need to change how the way you're working, like, or you don't need to change you don't need to take more lessons, etc. So it's just, I'm mostly focusing on work with the 6 of Wands here. I'm getting more work vibes, but I'm just seeing that if what you're asking, if one of the questions that you're asking is about interconnection with the people, you have to be the go-getter in that sense. So you cannot always sit and expect them to understand how you're feeling. Like, you have to change your approach in that sense. I hope that I'm just making sense. I'm trying to be as clear as possible. Also, this full moon in Taurus can also represent some kind of laziness. So preferring to stay in your comfort zone and not wanting to take much actions. So I will see it quickly from here. The Taurus says that laziness could explain your current situation. If so, change that and own it. Chasing money doesn't work. Jealousy or envy can create negative energy, and more exercise is called for. Okay, let's talk about the law of attraction. So this card suggests that this is where you are now, so you need to use the law of attraction to draw in what you want by imagining and expecting it and welcoming it. But you need to balance that by taking down to earth steps towards your goals. This isn't about wishing on the moon and hoping the best. It is about making something like a list of bullet points about how to achieve your dreams. If you're asking about money, this card heralds a change of financial fortunes depending on both your past actions and what you're expecting, and therefore attracting it. Yes. So I guess why I got this card also together with the Taurus is that you might be quite an empathic, an understanding, a sensitive person who doesn't like to push things, or maybe how you got used to be in your life in your life is just taking a step back usually, and not expressing your needs, or not expressing your emotions or feelings so much. So there might be a change needed in this area. So you might need to be a really go-getter to get what you want and bring the justice that you deserve in your life. Okay, there are quite very different options. So I would like to see more about the first option, conclusions are within reach. It also feels like a bit introspection for me. I was also feeling it with the second pile, but I'd like to get more about what is that conclusions are within reach option. So you're not trapped. There is definitely something happening behind the scenes. An intervention, a turn of events is coming for you when you take a leap of faith towards an unknown. But first, that change of mind needs to happen within you. So we got 2 cards in here. Queen of Cups and 3 of Wands in reverse. So you're basically guided to trust your own intuition with this Queen of Cups. I'm really seeing you quite a sensitive soul. I'm seeing you as an empath. So you're quite intuitive. So with first option is letting your intuition to guide you. Your intuition is going to first take you to doing some inner work. realizing what is holding you back. When you first realize what's holding you back, then this is going to be the time that you're going to take your action. You're going to take an action to the unknown, because although you don't know what is ahead of you, what's in the store for you, you already know that you're not going to stay in this mode anymore. Because the Three of Wands in reverse is all about not being able to see the future. You cannot envision it. You cannot imagine how it's going to be. But like, it's all about trusting your intuition first. Take it as it resonates. I just want to say that when I was just looking a bit deeply into this card, you can see like there's some like a sea and a castle and kind of like empire at the background of this picture. So you might have already grown at the same place for a long while. So if you're already like at your mid ages or something, that I'm seeing that you might never left the city you're born in, or never change your country. So you might have stayed at the same location for quite a long while. So maybe a travel if it's possible. So this is a pandemic still happening, but it might be kind of also help you to change your perspective and bring a fresh air. But let's see about your second option. I would like to see. I'm mostly feeling it as a romantic offering here. Some kind of connection with someone, saying yes to what's coming in your way and not comparing it with the past. And not holding yourself back because of the past experiences. So what's the second option that you want to clarify with? Spirit for group number 3. What's that second option you want to clarify for group number 3? What's that second option you want to clarify for group number 3? Okay. This is 9 of Wands. This is a breakthrough energy. They're telling you that do not give up. If you are feeling that you want to say yes to a change, you wanna go with an option, but if you're having fears that are holding you back from the past, do not hide. Do not hide behind this mask. Do not make any excuses. Just go for it. Your second option is really going for it. Like the first option is also going and saying yes to the unknown. It just feels like, yeah, the messages are still interconnecting it. Yes. Yeah. Oh. Yes, I'm seeing the sadness on this lady's face, basically. From the lips, you can easily see that. So you might have a tendency to basically hide behind a mask or not show your emotions, not to be honest about it. So yeah, this is mostly the thing. But the second option is like, do not let your past hold you back, and say yes to the change. Say yes to any kind of unknown options that are coming from even strangers. I mean, like with the strangers, I'm really feeling quite diverse environment for you. That's going to bring up celebrations. I'm also going over with the first option and trying to kind of differentiate to see if it's like really resonating with each other. It seems like yes. Yeah, your first option was really like going deep within. And although you cannot see what is in hold for you in the future, you're still taking a leap of faith. So what's your third option? What clarifications are for group number 3's third option? And this is the option when you actually choose to take the power to your hands and wanting to make a change and go for this change and not hold yourself back anymore. Okay. Yeah, Nine of Swords in reverse. Yeah, because if you have a tendency to keep overthinking and making the same scenarios on your head over and over again, if you were having some sleepless nights, this has to be over. This has to come to an over. This has to come to an end. You can see the worry on this person's eyes. Like you might be having some obsessive patterns also. With the obsessive patterns, like even the small things, I don't know, like switching on and off lights, etc. Like something that you keep doing when you're nervous, like even like playing with your hands so much, like something. So it is just because there's too much build up emotions within you that you are holding yourself back to expressing yourself. So that is the third option, that truly be yourself and express your needs to get what you want. And mostly I'm seeing in a materialistic sense. One more clarification for the third option, please. One more clarification for group number 3 for the third option, please. I guess that was kind of clear enough already. Let me see if I can get one more card, one more clarification for the third option. Queen of Wands in reverse. Yes, you were just shying off to show your authentic self. Like Queen of Wands in an upright position is an energy that is just shining bright, her light. And you can see beautiful full moon over here. So she's quite in peace with her darker side, her fears, because she worked with them. Like she made her peace with them and she knows them. So no one can just basically hurt her because she already gone through the darkest night of the soul. And this is also an energy that whenever she enters a room, she just shines and she draws attention even without wanting it. It's just because her energy is so attracting, and also her physical look is so attracting. She's so attractive by just being in her own skin, and she's quite spiritual. But the fact that this symbol is showing me that you are holding your true and authentic self back for so long, maybe for your life. So this is quite empowering. Yeah, Ten of Wands in reverse. So realizing that you're overburdening yourself and choosing to leave those burdens behind, not carrying them anymore. It's like a quite beautiful change of a perspective. But most important than that, with the third option, you're taking down to earth steps to get what you want, because you're knowing that the universe, nothing is gonna bring you anything you want in a silver plate. You have to go and get it. Yeah, they want to give it to you, but you have to also take an action. It's not gonna happen magically over one night. Yeah, your mindset can change overly magically over one night, but then still you just would like to want to take an action in the morning. So in overall, your third option is really taking down to earth steps and making things happen for yourself. The second option for you is, if there's an offer coming in your way, saying yes to it. Although it feels scary for you, although you feel like, no, this is going to be the same again. No, it's not going to be. I'm really feeling quite cheerful and a joyful energy with the celebration and with the New Moon and Pisces card over here. Trust your intuition. If you really want to go for it, if it just, when you imagine that on your mind, oh, this could have been so good actually if I say yes to that, then say yes to that. And your first option is really taking a leap to the unknown, because this option is going to require for you to trust your intuition and gonna deep within to find what you need to release. Like, what is holding you back to take this leap of faith? Because you're not going to see what is in store for you if you want to take this action. You're not going to know or have a clue about what could just the next risk could bring into you. You just need to know what's holding you back and take this action. Yeah. So let's see your last advice card, the flexible in reverse. Yeah, maybe you are a bit too rigid about your approach that it needs to be changed. Let me quickly read you the message in here. Yes, the 19 card over here. Yes, I finally found that. So it says that when you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to the growth and untapped potential and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up, open your mind and heart, and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there are only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle, spirit makes a great mediator. Yes. If your question, your concern also includes other person, or other people. So you are guided to not to see it in a win or lose kind of a case, but you're guided to see it in a sense that a bit more empathic. Yeah, I guess I don't have anything else more to say in here. So that is all I got for you, group number 3. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was resonating. I really would like to hear from you if it was or if it was not, but only take the messages if they were resonating with you. So I hope to see you next time. And until then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.